Welcome to week 3. Tom Leyden, Dave Fleischman from Accelerated Performance Rehabilitation. Of course, 2 locations, Westwood in Islington on Washington Street, and this location right here in Foxborough. Love the Tuesday morning traffic. Actually, it's become part of my routine, though.
Nice.
I grab my coffee, I make my way down here. A couple things jumped out at me after week 3. We're going to start with the ankle.
Sure.
Okay, so difference, this is what piqued my curiosity. Justin Herbert dealing with an ankle.
Yes.
Also, the Lions Sam LaPorta dealing with an injured ankle. My curiosity is, explain to people high ankle sprain versus low ankle sprain.
Okay, good. So the normal ankle sprain, which pretty much everyone knows about, is a sprain most likely of the anterior talofibular ligament, or the ATF ligament, versus a high ankle sprain is when you have a separation of the 2 bones, the fibula and the tibia. So when that happens, it's a much different injury. So the normal ankle sprain, depending on the grades 1 through 3, 1 is a mild sprain, usually 4 to 6 weeks. Grade 2 is a mild tear, 6 to 8 weeks. Grade 3 is a full rupture. Sometimes needs surgery, sometimes doesn't. Versus a high ankle sprain when you have a disruption of the sesamoidesis.
That's a big one.
That's a big word. So what happens is the tibia and the fibula separate. A lot of times that requires surgery to reduce that, okay? So to manage those 2 injuries, a regular ankle sprain, sometimes you can tape it and strap it and get that player back out there. With the high ankle sprain, you can do that too, but it's a lot harder. You saw Herbert warm up, and I was surprised that he started. I actually was going to text you and be like, I don't think Herbert's starting. But they tried to play him, and you can see he didn't play very well at all. So, so high ankle sprain is a much more serious injury. Usually can end the season a lot of times, especially, but big picture, if they can strap him and he can play, he's not going to do any further damage, most likely. And that's one of the reasons why they probably let Herbert play, because this is an injury that's going to now nag him all season,
bummer.
And he's probably looking at off-season surgery to fix it. Or they may just shut him down early. So it's depending on how much of a separation happened.
So you mentioned Herbert warming up and that you felt good about him. Meanwhile,
yes,
or you felt bad about him. But then you mentioned Jordan Love, and you felt good about him. But Jordan Love from the Packers is dealing with an MCL strain/sprain, which we can get into on another day, strain versus sprain.
Yes.
But what do you think it is about Jordan Love's MCL that the Packers are playing it a bit conservatively?
So, so when I watched Jordan Love warm up, he looked pretty good. I mean, he looked like he was moving well. The difference with the MCL sprain that he's dealing with, that is a ligamentous structure that provides stability to the knee. So you can put a brace on him and hopefully that will play, but he can, if he has a sprain, he can injure that even more to actually tear it.
Okay.
And if he tears it, he's over.
Right.
The season's over. So I think they're trying to be a little more conservative with Jordan Love. Let's give him another week. Let's see if it continues to calm down. He will probably be in a brace, most likely, when he comes back. So the MCL provides medial stability to the knee. So usually you get a injury to the MCL when you take a hit to the lateral side of the knee and the foot's planted. So so the difference between the MCL being a ligamentous injury of the knee could be injured more seriously, so they're holding him back, versus Herbert. He's not going to do much more damage. He's going to have it dealt with at some point. So.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
If you ever have questions, just leave them in the comments here.
Yes.
And Dave and I will address them. But meanwhile, that's a look at week 3. The rehab report. Injuries happen all the time. It's how you come back from them that makes all the difference. And that's why it's good to have a guy like this and the whole team at APR Physical Therapy on your team. Don't forget 2 locations, Westwood and Foxborough. Meanwhile, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.